like out of the blue that just like completely confused you and you had no idea where it came from? Anything coming to mind?
I mean, as a teacher, I get the occasional parent who messages me and my student told me you did this, and then I'll have to respond back and explain like, no, your student is forgetting to mention this. That happens from time to time as a teacher, where you've got to stand up for yourself because a student is saying you did something to their parents, and it's like, you forgot the important part where your student did this, and that's why I did that. So that does happen for me from time to time.
Brian, what about you in the
I'm not a
realm?
heathen. I'm not a heathen, and I'm not somebody who is believable could commit crimes, acts of legiancy, and things that one might fear. That's actually my problem. Let me tell you something. One of my biggest fears is actually being accused of doing something that I am genuinely innocent for and not being able to prove it. That is one of my biggest fears. Biggest, huge fear. I don't know if it's being black. I don't know if it's like being black, but like this idea of like being innocent and knowing like you're not, because we know liars, right? Yeah. Jesse Smollett, we're looking at you. But like we know liars. I was thinking about him today. Weird, right? We know liars, and the conviction and passion that you have when you're lying, it's not authentic. It can get close. It can get really, really close, especially when you look at pathological liars, people who believe their own reality, Stugatz. But genuine truth, like, I did not do this, son. And they're like, oh, we got you on the camera. And I'm like, what? That's a fear of mine that plays back often. But no, I don't ever get accused of things.
So, okay. I ask because, as listeners, you might have picked up on the intro, this happened to me earlier this week, and it completely caught me off guard. And I received a DM on Twitter from Steak Sauce, friend of the show, Steak Sauce, actually. And he was saying that the streets were saying that I had rigged the Sueys for best musical number. And first off, I'm very confused by why I would rig that category of all the categories. Like, if anything,
why would you do that, Ty?
If anything, I would be rigging the one that our good friend Nathan is involved in. Here, I would be trying to rig it in his favor. I have no dog in the fight for the best musical. But second of all, I am just really, really confused at the type of person who would take the Suey seriously enough to pay for bots to rig the vote, because Steak Sauce came with evidence. Steak Sauce came with evidence, and he showed that there was a like spike of like 500 votes all happening simultaneously on one random time. It's like, okay, well, someone is rigging the votes. So naturally they must think it's me for some strange reason. And then it occurred to me, maybe it wasn't me, but my association with the one Nathan Minima.
Wait, you guys are talking about me? What do I have to do with this?
The man who is leading the crusade for the big game musical to get a Grammy nomination, knowing full well that it ain't going to happen. That we are not going to get that Grammy nomination. So what is the next best thing?
Refresh.
Let's just get that Suey.
I think I have a connection here. I think I have a weird Nicolas Cage-esque treasure connection. Nathan Minima rhymes with enema, a procedure in which liquid or gas is injected into the rectum. The Sueys are all shit anyway. The gas is his votes, his bots, his actions are the gas or the liquid being injected into the enema, and as the enema into the rectum of the Suey.
Change your VPN.
Now he really fell apart on you, Brian.
There's something there. There's something there. Trust me, there's something there.
You had me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie, but you started losing me at fluids in the anus. So Nathan, clearly I think I am guilty by association with you
Refresh.
So what do you have to say for yourself in this whole situation? You have been, of the three of us, the most vocal about getting the big game some publicity, getting them to win awards, getting them to get nominated for the biggest award. And I think if we're all being honest with ourselves here, it's not looking great on that front. Take TBG there, not looking great at the moment. There's still a chance, but
for what are we talking? It's still a chance for the Grammy, or still a chance for the Suey?
For the Grammy nomination.
For the Grammy, I mean, I think there's a lot of momentum if you've seen how the people have just rallied behind the big game in the Sueys. I mean, you've now seen over the last couple hours or so, thousands of people have gone to the Suey voting thing, and thousands have voiced their desire to see, refresh, change VPN, Switzerland. Thousands of people have shown their desire to vote and have their voice heard. And I think as you look at the Sueys now, the big game reprise, Mike Ryan's favorite song from the big game, is now number one. And I think that's just a heartwarming story of a grassroots movement refresh, close tab here, VPN, maybe.
Nathan, I gotta stop you there for a second, buddy. The big game reprise is an interesting one because, general consensus, I think, from the fans is that All In is probably the big game song most likely to get up there. That seemed to be the most popular one. Am I wrong on that? You're scoffing at me, and Brian is over here shaking his head.
So Ty, this is an award, the Suey, right? Best musical performance here, right? So yes, of course, All In is a very friendly, engaging, has the ability to cross over to other things here, refresh, close tab, has the ability to reach people. But if you're talking about what embodies a musical and what ties it all together, and in terms of a Grammy nomination, we're talking the big game reprise, which brings all the different themes together, which makes you remember how this musical paid homage to all the different forms of musicals. And so, it really makes sense that people are coming out for the big game reprise because it's the song that ties the musical together. It has that musical feel of tying everything together. And I think if there is a moment, Ty, that makes people feel something, it's when the big game reprise comes back with the Nothing Stops the NFL. And I think people have honestly chosen to rise up and vote for the Suey. I think that it's a heartwarming story, and clearly the fans are we're not going to take these other people, because other people are rigging this, right? They're the 500 things. Last night, if you were watching, there was 360 dropped in a matter of 15 minutes. I saw it because I'm constantly refreshing, refresh VPN, Los Angeles #2. I'm constantly checking to see what the thing is. So there's all these dumps, and even from Mr. Arduini, he's having these voting dumps too around the same time. So the fans have chosen to rise up, and they've had enough, and they're coming together to just really rise up, baby, band together and show that the big game was an accomplishment that deserves to be honored.
Greatest of all time.
And what I'd like to say to the people,
greatest of all time. Just saying, that's the best song. Period. Yeah. I mean, best song. All this shit y'all talking, all this enema contents that you guys are talking, is riff raff, big bam, give them hell, whatever, TCU. Listen, it's nonsense. All this is nonsense. This is nonsense.
Brian, listen, Brian.
Be a better man. Hey!
Be a better man, Brian. Come on.
It's nonsense. The greatest song of all time is the greatest song of all time.
Brian.
Be a better man.
I'm walking away.
Brian, I'm about to do something that is unprecedented in the show's history.
Oh shit, Robert Sarver.
This has never been done before. But 2 minutes, get out of here. You have been dreadful for the first 10 minutes of this show. Get out.
Shooter, shoot. Shooter,
get
shoot.
Out.
Look, Brian,
get out.
like,
2 minutes.
Brian.
Father say.
My God.
Father say.
Yeah.
I mean, Nathan, like, okay, hold on. We need to break this down for a second. Like, Brian normally comes in with a lot of energy, a lot of good momentum. It's the whole reason we brought him in. And I thought he was coming in strong today, connecting your last name to the enema, to the rigging somehow. I was like, okay, like this is kind of working. And then he got into anal juices, and it really lost control of everything. And then he hit us with he was trying to do a thing that we did last episode, ladies and gentlemen, where we were all just kind of like subtly talking underneath the person talking. The issue with this time is Brian's microphone is too goddamn loud to do that bit. So he just tramples
so loud
over everyone else in the Zoom. On top of that, he then hit us with a random like horned frog.
Sorry.
TCU the hand signal that is only for the YouTube audience, and I don't understand what happened. It's been a terrible 10 minutes for Brian. He's got about 40 seconds left in his penalty. Nathan, that is a really reckless speculation that you did about 3 minutes ago.
That I did. What reckless speculation? All I did was come in and tell the truth about how the people have chosen to. We are rising up, Ty. We are not going to stand for it. We are rising up. You see, I'm also offering gift cards to people who quote one of my tweets and put a picture of them voting. So it is time to rise up, baby.
Nathan, you can't be out here accusing other people of rigging the Sueys. Like Steve Arduini, you can't be out here saying that he's rigging the Sueys out here.
Ty. There is so much rigging going on, and I just have to say to the other people out there,
be a better man.
And women. Some women could be doing this.
There's definitely some women involved here. But the movement around the big game, if you watch that, it's just been a steady climb there. There's been no just massive vote dump in a span of like 10 minutes. If you could get to the granular data, if you're looking at those results, there's spikes and stuff, but I saw it with my own eyes. I saw 360 votes for the shipping container. I saw that be added in a span of 10 minutes last night around 11 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock Eastern time. So somebody out there needs to really step up and just
be a better man.
This whole thing is so weird to me. Like, why? I genuinely don't understand why
Ty,
there is a proxy war being fought over the best musical performance in the Sueys. It's so dumb.
Wow, Ty. My advice to you is you need to dig deep and find it within yourself and come on, Ty. You need to get this. Come on. You're a fan of this show. This is the premier Suey, and you're gonna let the big game not win. This is a righting of a wrong. It is time for people. You guys, you got to rise up.
All right,
Nathan, I'm not going to stand for this.
Nathan, I got to stop you for a second. It's no longer unprecedented. 2 minutes, get out of here. Too many sounders. Too many sounders, get out of here. 2 minutes.
Gone.
Get out of here.
Great power comes great responsibility. And once again, Nathan, Enema, you show that you don't have it, okay? Listen, I
never have given him access to the soundboard.
I don't get where this nonsense about rigging, like who would waste the time, effort, energy, and mental dexterity and integrity and fortitude and nonsensical, whimsical estrogen to do this? Like, this is crazy to me. Ty.
Sir, I'm sorry that your sperm turned out to be sorry.
Ty, if you could rig something that's worth it, i.e. anything other than the Sueys, but not something that's important like an election, because that already happens, what would you rig? I'll go first. I would rig. You know when Lay's selects a new flavor?
Okay, yeah.
I would rig that shit so hard. I would rig it so hard. Rigatoni.
Did someone say rigging? You want to learn? Did someone say rigging? Did you? Is there something you want to rig, Brian?
Put it back.
Hand?
Put it back in your pants. We don't need you to.
Whoa.
Rise up. We don't need that right now. I was asking Ty if he could rig something nonsensical like the Sueys, but not the Sueys. What would he rig? I decided
connection.
What? For me to get what's up?
I said your internet connection.
Oh, has my internet connection been bad this whole time?
I wish.
Oh.
Oh, you want me to have a bad internet connection?
No. He wants you to have a bad time, almost assuring that we have a mutually bad time, kind of like we're all going to have when we get to paying off our punishments after the first week of the Grid of M.A.S.
Transition.
You want to talk about something where we need to. I am up in arms about this, guys. This is ridiculous. This cannot stand. I thought this was a good idea, but as most things are, you think it's a good idea until the execution comes into play and you experience it. And, Brian, it was a good effort, but, I'm afraid that I think I'm going to have to take this bad boy over because the results of this first week, I don't know if I want to pay my punishment. This just, it doesn't feel fair. I thought about it. I'm like, the wheel was unfair. We said we'd be able to fade and then we couldn't fade. And you guys, believe it or not, I was going to fade the Titans. I was going to fade them because I listened. Do you listen to underdogs? I listen to underdogs. And they specifically mentioned stay away from the Tennessee-New York game. Don't pick Tennessee as your survivor. And I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are really smart. I listen to them all the time. I don't think I'm going to stick with Tennessee. I was going to fade them. And then we took away fades. Brian's in here. He knows he was going to fade. I have video proof of Brian who was going to fade, and he would be safe right now. This first week cannot stand. I don't know if I'm going to pay my punishment.
Okay, hold on. I just want to reiterate for everyone who has been following along on this journey, I was the only one from the get-go opposed to this dumb idea. I didn't want to do the Grid of M.A.S. But how, after 1 week, where every single one of us in this Zoom lost, am I the only one still sitting here saying, yeah, okay, shit happens. Gotta toughen up. Gotta go through every single one of you. I'm not done with you, Brian. I've got some more for you.
You can't find proof of me saying that. I have no problems with anything. I don't care. I just don't like how it seemed to be as if you were not privy to the information that existed on hand. And I get how that could happen because I sent said information to our good friend Nathan. So when I sent him this video saying, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I was too busy winning." And unfortunately, my man Billy got the Rams helmet. And I got to fade that. I'm going with the man y'all love, Josh Allen, to beat the Rams tonight. Thursday Night Football, Week 1 season opener. Bang. Bang. So when I sent that Thursday, I was all under the impression that the fade was on. But baby, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So if getting the fade rules, understanding, and da-da-da-da-da is too much, then we can do that too. Baby, I'm here for love. So I'm here to be in sync, bye, or I'm here to be safe. I'm here for either option. It's good with me, baby. I just want it to be cool. I want us to have fun, and I want us to create memories in the name of the Fleb. And that guy, Nathan, is the one. Nathan showed that I don't think he is in any way, shape, or form capable of being a serial killer. I thought He is a homicidal murderer. He no longer has the poise to be a serial killer. Serial killers tend to be couth. They tend to walk with a sense of swag where you can't see it's them. That's how they get away with serial killing so much. But after seeing Nathan's Titans fall to the New York Football Giants,
Don't get me
I
started
was
on
like, who is this person talking to me? Let me read you these text messages that came through our phones on Sunday evening, our time, afternoon for you.
Are you about to dock me right now? Are you about to dox me?
Hold on. Brian. Everyone slow down. Before we begin reading text messages, Brian, I just want to set the record straight. On Thursday, did you or did you not text our group the following thing? I'm down with scrapping the fade.
Yes. And then my reason being is I'm down for whatever. I'm down for whatever makes the most sense. If it equals a solution, which in 2 text messages later, you guys are like, all right, fine, let's do it. Then that's if both of y'all said, no, let's not do it. I would have said, fine. It was really the path of least resistance. And since you were already over there pussyfooting, like you were scared. So look, I was like, I
fighting for the fades. But I
listen.
Because like I said, I was going to fade the Titans. I was going to fade Greg.
You weren't going to do shit.
All I'm saying
is I'm here. Listen, we got the method now. I'll let you explain it, Nathan. You'll explain what happens if you fade and you get it wrong. And now we're golden. But the results of week 1 stand. And we all are fucked.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's the whole thing. All right. Now go on and continue reading Nathan's unhinged text messages because I have literally never seen.
And these won't tell you where he's located at or anything like that. 1888 Main Street, Northampton, California. Okay. He sends 3 gritting teeth emojis like this.
Yeah, that was me being like to the Titans, like.
Show your face!
He says, what happened? I don't check in for an hour in this?
Rise up, baby!
Ty responds, we are all destined for pain.
Show your face!
Nathan goes, not me. God's not supposed to do this to me.
Be a better man.
I say, what if God was one of us?
Rise up!
Nathan rattles off 3 text messages in the speed that Tyreek Hill hurdles down the field over opponents. He goes, muffled punt by the Titans. Lord, why? Ooh, picked off old Danny Dimes. 3rd and 1 and we don't give it to Henry? What are we doing here?
Sir, I'm sorry that your sperm turned out to be sorry.
I say a lot of we talk.
Rise up!
And then his first sign of falling apart happened. He made a texting error. He said, yeah, we'll need this, okay?
Father say.
I was sad.
Followed by crap. No. By Ty. 3 more emojis. Oh, buddy, come on now. Make this field goal. Why? No. What the heck? I hate you, Stonehouse. Ty, death comes for
Who's
us
the punter,
all.
by the way?
Death comes for us all.
Hey!
I think we're better men for this moment. We shared this moment, and hopefully going forward, we know how bad this can get. Because I know how bad it can get. And frankly, I want to know what NSYNC member Billy's going to dress up as because I got to copy him.
That is actually that is an interesting caveat. Do we have to dress up as the same member as they do? Or
why
just
not?
A member?
I mean, you got to try. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do it as good as them, but you got to try to imitate as much as.
Not as good as them. Please, Nathan. They could barely win their own musical Suey award without cheating.
God.
I'm not worried about this.
Well, you guys, do you want to hear my reasoning? Because we totally need a revamped wheel. Because, okay, sure, we all lost last week. Fine. I'll stick with my punishment. The Titans blew it. It was a double whammy for me. My team lost. I took a punishment at the Grid of Death. Just a terrible game all the way around. Don't get me started on why you're not giving the ball to Derrick Henry. We know how he just turns face masks into stale cheese, a la, like I said last week. and we got our kickers just kicking it all over the place. But anyway, fine. I'll take my bet. But this is what I was thinking. The wheel we have is really not fair. Is not the same as the bucket of death that they reach into, because they eventually get the options of there are safe things in there, right? Our wheel has no safe points, and there's no like unique random things inside of it, right? There's no, you reach into their bucket and there's, thank you for your service, where you get to pick like a military team, which, that's basically like a guaranteed win, right? We don't have the guaranteed wins. And if we're going to do this, and we've now all discovered how much this sucks, we need to give ourselves a couple guaranteed wins. So I went and I revamped the wheel. Grid, look. Whatever. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Guaranteed wins. Listen, Junior, if they got access to the guaranteed wins, so do we. We just have to pull their freaking name on the wheel. So why do we need to add more if they already have access to what they have?
Here's why, Brian, because we're recording this before they pick, so we don't know who has what. If we did record this and we knew what they had, then sure, maybe our wheel doesn't need to be spruced up like I spruced it up. But we don't know what they have, right? So when we get a name right now, unless it was me last week and you had Greg and you felt overly confident that you were going to win and have a great weekend, we know what we have. So we've decided that we are going to bring the fades since we don't know what they have. And the repercussion for fading someone and failing is toilet paper. You got to eat 3 plies of toilet paper, a la Mike Ryan, but maybe you don't have to eat it until he eats it. So, and you can eat it how he eats it.
And apply is a square. We're all under the assumption that apply is a square.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
thought the ply was a layers. Like when you see like three ply, doesn't that mean you're buying a toilet tissue that's 3 layers thick?
Yeah, it is 3
Actually,
squares. Yeah, 3 yard.
So yeah, three plies of toilet paper, if you have the good stuff, is basically 1.5 squares, because that would equal 3 plies.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Why would you say 3 squares? Can we just say 3 squares?
That's a lot
it's
of
3 of
toilet
us
paper,
here.
but
We're
if you wanna do
3
it,
squares.
It's a lot of toilet paper, but whatever. We can do 3
No,
squares.
3 squares.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, so you want to be eating 6 ply.
No. Who has access to half a square of tissue?
Well,
Rip.
so Ty's reasoning is if you have 2 ply, Brian, you take the 1 square and then you take the next square and you take off one of the plies.
But now you have a ruined half square of toilet paper.
You got something that you don't want to wipe with, right? You don't want to use that.
Just pull a square and a half. It's not that bad.
See, that's wasteful.
Then we're questioning, right? Then I'm asking you, bring the full square so I can judge, because I don't trust you. I think you secretly ripped a third of the square and you're trying to pawn it off as a half, Ty.
Okay,
we're talking
let's
about
do
trust
three
issues.
full
We're
squares.
potting across the country.
As far as I'm concerned, y'all the ones being accused of rigging shit. So I should not trust either one of you rigatonis. Okay.
Hey, look, the people have spoken when it comes to the Sueys. Okay. They have spoken, and they are righting a wrong. Right?
Are you required to say the quad father every time AJ Dillon's name is mentioned?
No,
Yeah,
because no. You're not required to, because what has he done? You're 0-1 Packers, and you're going to tell me I'm required to? So what? You popped a watermelon a couple of things ago. How about you pop a couple tutties, huh? Then I'll start calling you the quad father, right? Sorry,
like
bro.
this.
Old news. Like, you don't get to be my father. Just like, hey, you guys saw, if you're on the tweeters, you know my take. Aaron Rodgers, done. Trash team. Book it. Packers, bottom half of the division. Easy. Garbage team.
Whoa.
Garbage. Aaron
Whoa.
Rodgers,
So I gave my
done.
Josh Allen hot take last episode.
Yeah.
Nathan gave what some would assume a very spicy take on Aaron Rodgers. Ty, in another peculiar situation where you are seeming like you're tiptoeing around saying something, I don't know, maybe grand or out there. How about you hit us with a NFL 2023 hot take?
Okay. Based off of 1 week, Geno Smith is going to have a better statistical season than 22 of the other quarterbacks in the league.
Whoa.
He's going to be a top 10 quarterback this year.
I fucking love it.
In that system,
Book
with
it.
those weapons, top 10 quarterback. He looked phenomenal week 1. Like I could not tell that he had not started an NFL game in 8 years.
He has some yams on him too.
For real though. And did
he
you
has some, yeah, them cheeks look.
The post-game press conference too, where he's like, people wrote me off. I didn't write back. Like that's cold. That's cold.
That's fire. See that, Robert Saleh? That's how you take notes and receipts. Just like that. I love to see it from him. And honestly, it's just Mina said something interesting. And I never even really thought about it because I don't care about Russell Wilson or the Seahawks, even though I think they get way too much flack for their jerseys. I think their jerseys are dope. She said Russell Wilson got criticized for attempting to do too much Russell Wilson, loosely, by the way. I don't know if this is a real quote. She said he got criticized for doing too much him in some situations offensively, usually caught leading the sacks or missing throws and stuff like that. Seeing Geno Smith look so decisive back there felt weird, knowing Russell Wilson played that position for 10 years prior, and you kind of never saw that decisive nature. It was interesting. It kind of made me feel like, damn, if this is a Pete Carroll-led offense when everyone buys in and doesn't have, I don't know, their own kind of manifestations of what their career is and how important they are to the team as a whole, then that's a scary offense. They look good.
Nathan,
scary offense dropping 17 points. Man, talk about overreaction much. But yes, Ty, we're stalling. It is time for us to get to our moment of suffering and time to unveil the new Grid of M.A.S. All right.
Look at Jesus Christ. Okay.
This is terrifying.
So, right, we've got our Grid of M.A.S. wheel here, and you'll see there's a lot more on it, folks. And this is what I did here. I went and I took every of the main people that are picking every single week, and I wrote their name down 4 times because they're still the people that, right, most of the time you reach into a bucket, it sucks. So most of the time we reach into the bucket, it's got to suck. There's got to be people picking there. Then I took every other person who's not always picking: Skipper, Amin, Hildy. I don't even know if she's picked Bimmel, right? I put those in there once. So that's like our bye week right there. Then I threw in a couple other secret sections as well too, and I guess we'll explain that as it happens. But now we have a wheel where not every single thing is the same of it. Oh, it's just a show member and we're just arbitrarily picking. There's a chance that you could pick one where you're like, I'm sticking with that because Amin did not pick a helmet this week, guys. So you get Amin, you are safe. So how do we feel about this new wheel?
Question: what can you break down the golden section of instant death, pay the teacher, and tie for shiggles?
That's if those come up. I'll explain when they happen, just like the show does.
How can I hope for them? How can I rig this wheel to get what I want if I don't know if what I want is what I want?
And you'll just have to wait and see.
Patriarchy.
All right, so who's going first? Who's spinning first? Let's just get this over with. I hate this stupid game.
Opposite order from last time. So Nathan, on you.
Weren't you the last one, Brian? You were the last one with Billy.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Trying to get. Here you go.
All right. Spin that.
Spin
it. This don't look like when I did it. This looks all.
It looks like his computer's lagging. There are too many names on it.
Roy.
And there's no audio
yes.
either. This is terrible.
Oh, there's no audio? I didn't share my audio with that?
Yeah, no.
That was fun. What are you doing? Are you sticking with Roy or?
Listen, I'm going my brother. He fucked up last week, right, Ty?
Yeah,
but
he did, but man, it was close.
Maybe he knew you had a punishment riding on it, so he fucked up. So I'm rocking with Roy. I'm keeping Roy, and I'll let you guys know if are we doing hitch and fade?
Oh, sure, hitch and fade. If you're gonna hitch it to him,
if I'm going to
fade. Okay,
I'm going to hitch, or if I'm going to fade. To the podcast audience, I just released a fan.
All right, so that I believe I am up now. So we shall return the wheel, and we'll just. Well, Roy's gone, but I'm not going to take the. I'm not going to bother to remove him.
All right, the wheel is.
And
spinning.
here we go. Oh my goodness, am I going to really? I'm not sticking with that. See you later. Nope. Whatever comes, like I don't care. Wait, Greg picked.
He picked Greg Cody again, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait a second.
Greg Cody.
Who did he have? Man, this is what happens when you listen at fast speed. I forgot. He picked his helmet. You guys remember what he had?
You already denied. No. You said no. You turned it down.
You guys, does anybody know?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow when you find out he had something good.
No. Oh wait, he had something bad. I remember. Because he wanted to, he got something crappy. I do, but then I could fade him. Oh my goodness, I could fade him if I feel like he stinks because he had something that wasn't good. I can't remember the exact teams. It was something that wasn't great. It was Jets versus Browns was his first pick, and then hi James, my son's there calling me. He had Jets versus Browns. He threw it back, and then he ended up getting something that was real bad. I don't remember.
Was that James Bradbury?
No, that's my son James. Well, I already.
Come on, Nathan.
Okay,
no
fine.
hemming and hawing. Gotta make a decision.
Fine.
I say his decision should stand because he took the piece off the chess piece. He took his hand and said, "Nope, I'm not staying."
I'm going to trust my super great, awesome memory of the show, and Greg got something terrible. I don't know. You know, if you say something right away that you're going to do something, there has to be like, okay, official, right? You can have a few seconds to take it back, but all that to be said, fine. I'll stick with Greg, and I'm going to fade him.
Already? You're going to commit to fading him
Oh,
already?
yeah. Well, I'm going to go back.
You just take it back because we live in this world where you can say something and it doesn't matter because.
Okay, hold on. You did, Brian, all the time you're out there talking with your friends and you're saying like, oh, I bet this. And that doesn't mean that it's bet. You have to officially.
Yeah. When we shake hands.
Say, I bet my life that they'd win that game. People say that all the time. No one then jumps in, Brian, and then says, oh, that's it. Your life's on the line.
As a Cowboys fan, I wouldn't have made it to 35 if I made that bet. So, nope.
So, yeah, I'm going to stick with him and I'm probably going to fade him.
Okay. Tie. Let's do tie.
Alrighty here.
Do me, Nathan. Do me right now.
All right. Hey, can you guys see the wheel?
Yeah.
Wheel is seen.
It's beautiful.
Why can't I see it then?
Because even your computer knows that was some bullshit you just did with the Greg.
There we go. All right, now I can see it. I found it. Let's spin the wheel.
The real
and
fake ass
wheel.
Be
careful what you say. You might be held accountable for it right away, even though you're just, spitballing. Oh, you almost got instant death, ladies and gentlemen.
Stu.
What you doing?
You're kind of like our Stu.
I don't know if I trust Stugatz because his I feel like he's not all there right now. He's moving 1 million daughters into 1 million different colleges for like 1 million different times. I want to spin again.
You're gonna spin again?
I'm gonna spin again.
I
want to spin that wheel again. Test my luck.
And that, sir, is how you rummage your thoughts without making a decision that you should be held in contempt for. Thank you, Ty.
You're welcome.
Okay, here we go.
Spin me again, baby. Oh, we got sound now.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be. Sorry.
All right. Whittingham.
Chris Whittingham. So
Rolling with Whitty.
Wait and see.
All right. I trust Whitty's judgment on this. I don't know why, but I do.
I'm trying to think of a fun way we can incorporate some guessing. If you can accurately guess the helmet that your person gets, like you should get something awesome, or have the ability to do something awesome to one of your co-hosts.
Yeah, or I just say if you can accurately predict the team, you get a guess, and if you get it right, you get freedom, right?
Y'all are looking for so many fucking ways to get out of this now.
I'm not. I just wanted to make it fun. Like,
who's Chris Whittingham going to pick?
I'm not going to entertain this. Y'all are not
just,
getting
if you had to
ways
assume
out of this. No.
If you had to assume, like, if okay,
just y'all are making this so complicated. I didn't want to do this to begin with, and y'all are complicating this so much. Can we just?
Roy's going to get the Raiders.
Can we just stick with what we got?
Okay, Brian. If he gets the Raiders, you're free, bud.
I get to pick. Right? I get to pick a punishment for Ty.
What? No, that's not.
We'll throw that on too.
Listen, Mario Kart would not be fun if shells weren't in the game. So you care more about the shells than you do a turbo boost, implying that you care more about mutually assured sadness than you do the joy of even going faster on your own. So we're introducing an element where we can directly assure mutually assured sadness.
Brian, I'm going to stop you once again. First of all, it's mutually assured shame.
Damn.
We discussed this. You were searching for an S word. It was right there. It's the official name of the thing. Second of all, your analogies again. Terrible. Another 2 minutes. Get out of here. Go. Be gone. Slide away. Get out. Drink your Pepsi. Michelob Ultra.
It's a Michelob Ultra, damn it.
Wow, not a Coors, man. Disgraceful.
Hello, Miller Lite people. I thought that's what we're Miller Lite.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, grab a beer. I hope it's Miller Lite. Yeah, that's right. Fuck me. $2.
96 calories.
Better taste.
3.2 carbs.
Michelob Light is 95.
I thought you were supposed to be gone. I can still see
Brian,
your fan.
You know what?
Scooch.
You know what?
Scooch.
Sometimes it depends what you're doing, right? If you're reverse dieting and you're trying to bulk up, you're going to need that extra calorie. All right.
I'm going to make an executive decision that this podcast episode is coming to a close. We have accomplished all business needed here today by the grace of God, miraculously, despite Nathan's interference, despite Brian's interference. This has been an episode of the Fan Levitard Show. Brian, scoot back into the screen for comedic purposes. Wave goodbye to the people.
I don't know how I feel about you bossing Brian around. Brian,
yeah, right.
I hope you get that Raiders helmet, Brian, right? And then you can just drop one on Ty, right?
I'm going to fucking make you sit in a seat in every section in that shitty ass Washington Commander Stadium, and your ass is going to be sore. Your hams are going to suck, and you're going to bust both ACLs as you leave the stadium because it's a shitty stadium, and they need to tear it down.
That's a good point, Brian. Like, I guess today, like, does he have to do the stadium sit, or is that's past? That's old. No, because
this fucking grid of M.A.S has made you both so hateful.
I'm insane.
So hateful. I have never seen this much venom out of either of you two.
Give the ball to Derrick Henry, and I'd be fine. You've tight end reverse to. It's tight end from Maryland. I know because I'm a Terps fan, which is this crazy thing where the Titans and all of a sudden they're giving it to a Terps player and he's on a third down when we're driving and they get the ball back. And then we just let Saquon Barkley run all over us. Oh my gosh.
Is it Terp or Terrapin?
Sick. Well, Terrapin, but they're, Terps for sure. Terps for sure.
Little look at me, Suey there, huh?
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for
listening.